When we started opening the boxes, we realized that there were more ways of resistance in the Netherlands than we thought. Because as Jennifer already said, you see also here a poster of Stop Blackface Short Repeat. I and also some brothers and sisters and other people, we organized demonstration against national blackfacing, and we are known as the second wave of anti-racism. And the first wave is included, for instance, Gloria Becker, who recently wrote a book in 2017. She wrote this book, White Innocent, on how white Dutch people look to themselves and how they actually think about colonialism, which is actually quite marginalized and seen as a successful colonial project. So she is known as the first wave. We are known as the second wave, but when we start opening up these boxes, we realized that there were more waves of resistance than we thought. So this place also see how we together make history. So we started opening up the boxes, and some of the boxes said Otto Huiswoud, and we were like, okay, so maybe it's one of the members here, who was eventually one of the members, but who was Otto Huiswoud? And the more that we open up books, we realized that, who knows Langston Hughes?
Yeah.
Yes.
So we opened up these boxes, and we saw that Langston Hughes actually signed a lot of his books. If you can see here, it says May 1964, be a happy new year for Hermie who remember many of the stories that were written. Sincerely, Langston Hughes, New York, end of 1945. Can everybody see it? Maybe you see it.
This is the cover.
Yeah. So what is the cover? It's his own book. Yeah. So this is how the story started. We saw all of these books and realized that Otto Huiswoud was actually not just an average person, that he actually contributed to the Black Dutch resistance. So who was Otto Huiswoud? We found out that his dad, he was actually born in the time that slavery was still legalized. At the age of 16, he went to New York. He was confronted with socialist and communist ideas. He was also known as the first black member of the Communist Party in the US. He is the son of a father from Surinamese descent, and his mother was of Curaçao, which is also a Dutch colonial island at the time. He met his wife Hermie, that's why it says Hermie. So who's Hermie? Hermie was his wife. He met her, and he started organizing. He started to talk about, the connection between race and class. He was a black communist. So was Hermie herself. Thank you. This is a picture of him. Yeah, and this is another. So we actually have a larger picture of Otto Huiswoud, but it's in our exposition in Rotterdam, which we are also organizing. So we're organizing here in Amsterdam, but also in Rotterdam. This is Otto Huiswoud, and as you see, he's here with Claude McKay, which is also known as a black writer. So he knew Claude McKay. He knew Langston Hughes. He also debated with Marcus Garvey. They were actually quite competitive, both of them. Otto Huiswoud was particularly on the issue on race and class, and Marcus Garvey was actually into race first and economic empowerment. But to Otto Huiswoud, he said, but okay, so of course we have to think about our people, but it's also connected to class, and are we not building new class hierarchies? So they actually didn't went together. How do you say that in English? They were not the best friends. Yeah. So that's quite interesting. So this is how the story stands, that we understand that there are black resistance in the Netherlands, that there were other ways of resistance.
Right, so we're here at the Association for Us Suriname, and we're at the Black Archives.
And we are Black History Study Tours.
Yeah, Black History Study Tours. My name's Mark Simpson.
Charmaine Simpson.
And Sonia Scully.
Yeah, so we're here at the Black Archives. This is our first time here visiting the Black Archives. Amazing institution. The sister gave us the history of the institution set up by students. As a student movement, you had archives that was being donated, and they're actually a group of volunteers working to publicise and share the history of people of Surinamese African descent in Amsterdam. and we thought we'd just do this video to provide some support and encourage people to come and actually visit the archive when you do come to Amsterdam.
And what they actually do, sorry to cut you, what they actually do is they train up the youth as well, because they recognise that there is a gap in the educational system that teaches them nothing about this. And like most people of African descent around the world, we are put on the lower elms of education and not educated to the levels that we're supposed to be.
I'm so glad that we made this visit and that we've come here today. We've come to Amsterdam before and done this tour, but this is a new element, and in actually linking with another organisation in a European country and recognising the similarities with our struggle in the UK, but also recognising the similarities and seeing we're going through the same struggles. So you said it earlier, Charmaine, that we need to support one another and to actually have that exchange. And the young people are key within that. So a number of ideas have come out, I think, what we were talking about today. And also something that Mitchell said about things going in waves, like through the decades. So he spoke about the 50s, 60s, 70s, and with each generation, so it's keeping up that momentum now.
And Sister said it as well in terms of it just seems like every generation the history repeats itself, right? And the reason why that is because the majority of people don't know the history, and if histories tend to be lost, forgotten or hidden, it will repeat itself as something new. So it is our duty as Black History Study Tours, sister company of Black History Studies, to make sure that anywhere the history is, anywhere the information is, we highlight it.
Yeah, and that's one of the main reasons why we set up Black History Study Tours, is to look at the hidden history globally and take groups away so they can actually go as a group with like-minded people to go and find this information that is hidden, and also make links with people in the area as well. And that's one of the beauty of this trip, that we've made friends. We even make friends on the train, in the restaurant, supporting business. And what I like about this building is one of the very few black-owned buildings in Amsterdam, so we're trying to support them, and we're going to be supporting their upcoming crowdfunding campaign, because they need skills, money to keep the memory alive, and that's what we're going to be trying to support.
And it's not just their memory, it's our memory globally, so we need to support this. So when we come calling, make sure that you're there.
So thank you to the Black Archives, thank you to Jennifer Tosh from Black Heritage Tours Amsterdam, amazing lady, amazing sister, for introducing us to this Black Archive as well. So big thank you to her and the team working here at the Black Archives.
Thank you, bless up.